This is part 2 of Ego's Fear of Annihilation, Understanding and Overcoming It. Overconfidence. Sometimes, the ego combats fear by inflating self-worth. Overconfidence can be a mask for deep-seated insecurities. Think of the person who constantly boasts about their achievements. They're often seeking validation to silence their inner doubts. Avoidance. The ego might encourage us to avoid situations where we fear failure or rejection. This can mean not applying for a dream job because the fear of not getting it is too overwhelming. Aggression. When the ego feels cornered, it might respond with aggression. This can be seen in people who lash out when they feel criticized. The aggression is a way to assert control and protect the ego from perceived attacks. Recognizing these patterns helps us see when our ego is in defense mode. Identifying and understanding these behaviors can lead to more mindful actions and healthier responses. By being aware of the ego's fear mechanisms and the behaviors they cause, we can start to loosen their grip on our lives. This awareness is the first step towards overcoming the ego's fear and moving towards a more authentic way of living. Impacts of ego's fear on personal growth. The fear of ego annihilation can significantly hinder personal growth. This fear, rooted deep within, can create obstacles that prevent us from becoming our true selves and living fulfilling lives. Let's explore how it affects our journey of self-improvement and mental well-being. Impacts of ego's fear on personal growth. The fear of ego annihilation can significantly hinder personal growth. This fear, rooted deep within, can create obstacles that prevent us from becoming our true selves and living fulfilling lives. Let's explore how it affects our journey of self-improvement and mental well-being. Inhibiting self-realization. One of the main ways the ego's fear stifles personal growth is by inhibiting self-realization. Self-realization involves understanding and accepting who we truly are, beyond societal expectations and external validation. However, the ego, desperate to maintain its identity, often gets in the way. Fear of failure. The ego hates the idea of failing. It equates failure with worthlessness. As a result, we might avoid taking risks or pursuing our passions. This fear keeps us stuck in our comfort zones, preventing us from discovering our true potential. Seeking approval. The ego thrives on validation from others. We might find ourselves constantly trying to please people or meet expectations, even if it means compromising our values. This leads to a life that's not genuinely ours, blocking the path to self-realization. Avoiding introspection. True self-realization requires introspection, which can be uncomfortable. The ego fears confronting our flaws and weaknesses. It prefers to stick with a polished self-image. This avoidance keeps us from growing and improving. Creating psychological barriers. The ego's fear of annihilation also creates psychological barriers that make personal growth difficult. These barriers manifest in various ways, obstructing our mental and emotional development. Self-doubt. The ego often plants seeds of self-doubt. It questions our abilities and worth, making us hesitant to take on new challenges. This constant doubt acts as a brake, slowing down our progress and keeping us from reaching our goals. Negative thought patterns. To protect itself, the ego engages in negative thinking. It focuses on what could go wrong instead of what could go right. This pessimistic mindset builds walls around our potential, trapping us in a cycle of fear and inaction. Defensiveness. When the ego feels threatened, it reacts defensively. This can lead to irrational behavior, like lashing out or shutting down. Such responses create conflicts and hinder our ability to form healthy relationships and grow emotionally. Imposter syndrome. Even when we achieve success, the ego might instill feelings of being a fraud. This imposter syndrome makes us doubt if we deserve our achievements, leading to anxiety and reducing our self-confidence. The ego's fear of annihilation is a powerful force that shapes how we perceive and interact with the world. Recognizing and addressing these fears allows us to break free from their grip, paving the way for true personal growth and self-discovery. Overcoming the ego's fear of annihilation. The fear of ego annihilation can be daunting. It feels like losing yourself. But overcoming this fear can lead to immense personal growth and inner peace. Here are some powerful strategies that can help. Mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness and meditation are key tools for calming the ego's fear. They allow us to observe our thoughts without clinging to them, reducing the grip of the ego. Mindfulness practices, engaging in daily mindfulness activities, like mindful breathing or mindful eating, helps us stay present. This practice makes us more aware of our thoughts and feelings, allowing us to see them as passing events rather than absolute truths. Meditation. Meditation trains the mind to focus and relax. Techniques like focusing on the breath or repeating a mantra can quiet the ego's chatter. Over time, meditation helps in reducing anxiety and promoting a sense of inner peace. Body scan. In a body scan meditation, you focus on each part of your body, noticing any tension or discomfort. This practice connects you with your physical presence, grounding you in the moment and easing ego-driven fears. Therapeutic techniques. Therapy offers several approaches to address and alleviate the ego's fear. These techniques can help in rewiring thought patterns and emotional responses. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. CBT focuses on identifying and changing negative thought patterns. By challenging irrational beliefs, it helps reduce the ego's fear. CBT teaches us how to replace fear-inducing thoughts with rational, positive ones. Exposure therapy. This technique involves gradually exposing oneself to the feared situation in a controlled environment. By facing these fears, the ego learns that the feared outcome is unlikely or not as threatening as it seems. Mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR. MBSR combines mindfulness and therapy to reduce stress and anxiety. It uses mindfulness meditation to help individuals become aware of their thoughts and feelings, promoting a balanced response rather than a reactive one. Acceptance and commitment therapy, ACT. ACT encourages accepting thoughts and feelings rather than fighting them. This acceptance reduces the ego's power, allowing us to commit to actions that align with our values. Seeking spiritual understanding. Spiritual practices and philosophies offer profound ways to transcend the fear of ego annihilation. These approaches help in realizing a deeper connection with the universe and our true self. Yoga. Yoga combines physical postures, breathing exercises, and meditation. It connects the mind and body, promoting a sense of unity and reducing the ego's sense of separateness. Buddhism. Buddhist practices like meditation and the Eightfold Path encourage letting go of the ego. They promote the understanding that the self is an illusion, leading to liberation from ego-based fears. Sufism. Sufi practices, including whirling and chanting, focus on transcending the self and uniting with the divine. These practices help dissolve the ego, fostering a sense of inner peace and connectedness. Contemplative prayer. In many spiritual traditions, contemplative prayer involves silently communing with the divine. This practice allows for a deep sense of surrender, reducing the ego's resistance and fostering a sense of unity with a higher power. Incorporating these strategies into daily life can gradually ease the fear of ego annihilation. Mindfulness and meditation ground us in the present, therapeutic techniques reframe our thoughts, and spiritual practices connect us to something greater. Together, these approaches help us move beyond the ego's fear, leading to a more authentic and peaceful existence. The ego's fear of annihilation drives many behaviors and defense mechanisms. Recognizing this fear is crucial for personal growth. By understanding and addressing this fear, we can overcome barriers that hold us back. Mindfulness, meditation, and therapy offer effective strategies to calm this fear. Spiritual practices also provide deeper insights and a sense of connectedness. Facing and managing the ego's fear leads to a more authentic and peaceful life. Embrace these methods to transform your inner landscape and achieve true well-being. Thank you for joining us on this uplifting journey with Rays of Hope. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe to stay tuned for more videos that spark hope and empowerment.